This video is to explain what does Satan mean. Um, each person has desires, and those desires have access to the intelligence of the person. Those then they use the intelligence to try to convince you, let's say it's you in this case, to convince you to do all kind of things. Some of them good, some of them bad. In the case that it's bad, you're supposed not to do it. Satan is like a metaphor. It's not like Satan is a metaphor for this. It's your own desires using your intelligence to convince you to do things you shouldn't do. That's all it is. How do you know this is true? First of all, you can see that in all the cases that he appears, this is what he does. Second of all, you can see he's not referred to in a way that cannot be understood as a metaphor. At least not in reliable scripture. There is some point in Jude that he is talked about in a way like this, but I don't think Jude is a reliable book. He's quoting from the book of Enoch, which is a false book that like even Christians in general see as a false book, and they just ignore that Jude is quoting the book of Enoch, and I think he quotes some other wrong things, like a book. I think he's quoting also in this case from something called the Book of Moses, which is also some false book that was rejected even by Christianity in general. So Jude is not reliable also, and then but if you ignore Jude, like if you take what is in the Gospel and in Job in the Old Testament, I think that's the only cases he appears. Is he's referred to as a he, but we refer to as he or she to everything in Hebrew. We call, if I talk about this cup, I would call it she. I would like, refer to, like in the sense of how I build the sentences. I would say, like if I say this cup is big, I would say it would be in a way that is the same if I would say talk about a woman, because everything, there isn't like it's how the language works, is everything is, the sentences in form is as if everything has gender, but never mind. Anyway, it doesn't say clearly that it's a person. It could be a metaphor, and in general, like you see everywhere, there is people don't understand some of these cases also, that it's but in general there is all the time metaphors and parables and things like that, analogies in when God talks about stuff. So it's like, it's not surprising also that he would use also a metaphor in this case. And also it just doesn't make sense that it would be a real being, because then, like, if there would be, like, why would God allow an enemy of his to continue to go around and ruining everything forever? That makes no sense. Like, in the sense he's stronger, then he would have just eliminated him, or at least like neutralize him or something. Like, he had forever to do that. Doesn't make sense. Some enemy of his would be doing stuff like that he doesn't want to. But never mind. Anyway, that's what I think. That's the only way I think it makes any sense. So yeah.